Well, hello again, and welcome back to My Buddy's Backlog. Here for episode 6 today with me is Ryan.
Hey there.
And Matt.
Howdy. I like how my voice fucking cracked when I said howdy. I hope that came in really well for everybody.
All right, so just to recap the premise, this is just a show where three friends discuss news, kind of what's going on in gaming, what's in their backlog that they need to play, and just life in general. So, how are we feeling, guys?
Outstanding.
Go ahead.
No, I'm feeling pretty good overall, you know. I had a bit of slump of just, I don't know if it was coming out of seasonal sadness over the last week or what, but I'm good now. So, taking a little bit of extra time off this week from work, just was feeling some trembles of burnout with the career, but it's all good, not too stressed about it. So, happy to be here though. I've missed you fellas.
This podcast is going to recharge your batteries, though, right?
Charge me up, boys.
This is going to fix everything for you. Yeah, I'm feeling good, too. I just got back from a trip out of town, and it's good to be back, good getting settled back in. What got you out of your slump? The good weather? Or,
having no choice.
Okay, yeah.
Having a wife and child
yeah.
that rely on me now.
Real life.
I don't know. It really is kind of hard to be too terribly sad with my kiddo. I mean, he's just so full of smiles and happiness, and he's to the point where he lights up when he sees one of us, and bibbly babbly goobity stuff
on the podcast. You can't say he's happy all the time like that.
He is like happy 95% of the time. I feel like I'm making shit up about this kid, but he's like so good that like I'm waiting for like the dam to break of like, I am a toddler and I'm going to kill you all.
You will ruin the day.
Hey Dad, that's nice stuff you got there. I'm gonna break it. Great. So yeah, I don't know, just kind of got pulled out of it. I can't say it was because like wasn't some kind of game that just pulled me out back to the real world of happiness, you know.
That's fair. What about you, Gavin? Where are you at? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, allergies aside, because it's that time of year, I'm doing all right. Got my Steam controller this week, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. We'll get into that more later. And this week is good. Taking tomorrow off, got a personal day lined up just because there's a meeting I hate so much that I decided to use a personal day to miss it. It's that bad.
That's commitment. That's awesome.
I do. Honestly, I get it. I'm taking it for sure Friday, potentially tomorrow off, but there's a meeting on Friday I can't miss, and I'm like, God, it's 30 minutes. It's just like a pathetic amount of time. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to go on a hike and just hot spot in for this one meeting.
Bro, but there's no better feeling than just like dropping a big update on somebody and then immediately changing your status to out of office and just like walking away.
Oh my gosh, I can't do that. That's crazy. I feel like I'm sending novels to people when I go out of town. Like, here's everything that could possibly happen.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty planned out when I do take
I get
like
so
long
scared
time off, like vacation time off.
Yeah.
Oh brother.
I just think everything
annoying.
I just assume the worst possible scenario is going to play out, when I'm gone. Like,
I've got O positive blood, which I'm pretty sure is the universal donor. I leave a bag in my office in case anybody needs it.
That would be a Ryan thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ready to go.
There's the Resident Evil ass code to solve to get the blood out of the
check
fridge.
My mini fridge. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, before we jump into the news, we're doing our humility moment this week, and there is one. So, on a previous episode, we had mentioned there was a Sony DRM verification issue where it seemed like you needed to essentially be online, like check in at least once a month, right, to play your games that you bought on the PlayStation Store. That appears to be false.
Shit blew up across the industry, if you will, though, like crazy. I think any podcast, any reporter, anything I follow, like I was just seeing constant stuff about it for the.
Yeah, so it's not our fault.
So it's not just a us thing, but at the same time, there have been updates. So
no, I mean it's good to know, right? We all wanted to believe it. We all would have believed it. So, but they put out a statement. Sony Interactive spokesperson said that essentially a one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. So, I don't know, bug, whatever.
I kind of laugh at that though, because like if you buy the game digitally, Wouldn't that kind of be the check-in of buying it? I mean, you don't have to download it right away, I guess, right? So it should be linked to your account. But I guess the big point of this was they're trying to thwart like people who are like serial returner, like return games in serial fashion to get their money back, and then they would have just shut off the online, so the game was installed on the console. They could just leave it offline, beat the game, come back online, then it could get taken away. There's something
but there wouldn't be some kind of handshake or something when you came back online. That's
it's something in relation to that.
Dude, that reminds me of
I didn't dig into it too much.
There was a YouTube video a few years ago. It was a guy who was like, "Can I beat Sekiro inside the Steam return window?" And like his challenge run was buying a new copy of Sekiro, getting I think the Shura ending, and returning it before the 2-hour window ended. So
did he do it? That's pretty built.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it's that person, but I've seen videos suggested to me about that kind of stuff. So I wonder if he's just made that his thing now. Like, can I beat it and still get a return from Steam?
Yeah, Sony, it's like
Expedition 33.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Expedition 33 in 2 hours. Let's go.
Skip cutscene. I don't care. Yeah, no, Sony, like you so much as like sniff that download, and like they will not let you.
Yeah, you can't even like
it.
boot it, right?
No,
like if
you can't even download it. I don't think.
Oh,
like as soon as you press download, you're done.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You can buy a game as long as you've never downloaded it. Returning its easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how we know it's a big deal in like Cyberpunk, when Sony's like, yeah, you can have your money back for this shit, like at its launch, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's how you know, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, because I think the Steam window was extended, right, for Cyberpunk, but like it's already pretty generous. Like you would know if it runs on your system or not.
They were, and Steam still kind of has flexibility. They refunded the Callisto Protocol. It was like right at the tail end of every game being borked as shit when it launched on PC. There for like 2-3 years, it seemed like everything ran the worst on PC if it launched on everything at once.
Right.
And that game was real bad on PC. And I think I played like 4 hours. And I was like, I can't fucking do this.
I see.
Because it was like constant crashes. It was like I had actually made it like 40 minutes into the game, if that kind of deal. And they refunded it without even questioning
That's pretty
me.
sweet. 4 hours is, yeah. I've had it refunded past the time window, or maybe past the 14-day window before, but I haven't done that a ton. I think those criteria are like for automatically refunding you without even reviewing it. But
yeah, and I think as they're ironing out the AI shit with like terms of service and all that stuff, and games disclosing it, like I know 2 people personally that got refunds on Crimson Desert,
right,
after all the AI stuff was revealed on that, just because they were like, I don't want to support it from that premise, and like and then Pearl Abyss hadn't disclosed it. And so it just like, and one of them had put like 8 hours into the game, and Steam was like, yeah, sure. They violate, technically that's violation of like our terms of service or whatever, right? So, and that whole weird thing. So, but fucking pieces of shit ruining things and causing uproars, and who trusts companies versus with like digital, like owning your own things anymore this day, right? Like, if they can figure out how to make us just pay a subscription forever and never own a game, that's definitely what all of them would want to do. Like, that's just business in 2026.
Well, I will say this. I mean, this is very much first world problems, boohoo me. But if you happen to own a second PlayStation console and you cannot play your games digitally on that console unless it is online, if it's not your primary, you could download it onto that console, but as soon as you go to boot it, not going to play.
Yeah, I think it still has a couple of day check, and you can still do it. But
you have to check in online. This actually happened to me because my Wi-Fi was out, and it was a whole thing. I had to hotspot on my phone just to boot a game that I own, which felt uncomfortable.
I know it's weird in our house because technically the upstairs PlayStation that's like in the living room and stuff is the primary in our house, not the one down in my game space. So that the main thing is like if that shit happens, it's easier for me to deal with it and figure out what the problem is than like my wife will just not play the game she wants to play and just be a little upset about it. And then me, the moment something's wrong, I'm like, what the f*** is going on here? Come in here and start assaulting the freaking Wi-Fi, assuming that it's their fault.
Oh, we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
No, we're not just moving on. That's crazy.
So...
All right, well, with that humility moment over with, let's get rolling with the news. So, first story we've got queued up here, Switch 2 price increasing to $500. man, think of the children. This is terrible. What are they going to do, man? It's a good thing Matt already has his copy that he's going to...
the biggest child of us all.
Or unit, yeah.
So, what was it before the $500? I don't remember.
I think it was $50 left. Was it $450?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a $50. Well, it's a $50 increase.
But did it launch at $450 or did it have a previous increase as well?
I don't think it's
during
not
the
had an
tariffs?
increase,
No.
but that you could get the standalone system. But if you bought it with Mario Kart World for like the $500, it was cheaper to do that because it cost $20 more if you bought the Switch and then Mario.
Right.
Gotcha.
Which is the path I took because of wanting the cartridge versus the download key. Full disclosure, mine was a gift though from a buddy. He didn't know what to buy from a baby registry in preparation for a child.
And he knew you would want that cartridge. That's a good friend.
He said, "I'm just going to get you the Switch 2." And he's like, and he goes, "I'll even get the one with it separated, so you can have your precious physical media." I was like, "Thanks, bro." So, I mean, truthfully, and I guess this is where this conversation more goes with us, is I would probably have one by now at this point, right? A year later, pretty well. I would not feel like it was worth my money.
Yeah, I mean...
if you had paid for it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So what all games do you have for it? You have Mario Kart World and...
Bonanza,
Mario Kart
right?
World, Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but that came to Switch 1. Kirby Air Riders,
you didn't,
which is exclusive. I got Sonic Cross Worlds. So, I mean, right there, that's 3 essentially kart racers.
Yeah.
Right? Cross Worlds came to like everything, though, and Switch 1, PC, and all that stuff. I did get the Bravely Default re-release where they kind of, because that was a game trapped on 3DS, but it's a download. I don't know if it came to Switch 1 or not. And then we won't count Requiem because I bought the Generation Pack, but it'll stay sealed forever in my collection, right? That whole situation.
You have quite a few games, though. I thought maybe you only had like 2 or 3 games or something.
No, but I mean, I technically only have 3 that are Switch 2 exclusive. Is the thing.
Did you get? You don't have Pokopia?
No, I didn't get Pokopia.
Okay, gotcha.
That would be more of my wife thing than a me thing. So, if it, with $50 more, you're like, ugh. Yeah, kind of a hard pass. And neither of you, I don't know how interested you kind of even were, especially with like you've both been adapting to the handheld PC spaces over the last couple years.
Yeah,
for your handheld fixes.
I was interested. I mean, just because Dust Bloods in the future. Like we all, we've talked about that. We all want to play that. Pokopia looks fun. I've had a friend who's played it a bunch, and it's kind of up my alley. It's not like crazy cool, I guess, but it's kind of up that whole crafting, cozy game situation. And then Bonanza looks fun, but yeah, if they would just let you have like game streaming with like the Sunshine Moonlight thing I do on my handhelds, or let you, I mean, obviously they're not going to let you have full Steam on there, I guess, but like if they would be a little more open about it, thing. I don't know. I love their form factors. Like you don't, because they have their like custom, I don't know about the Switch 2, I'm assuming it does, but the Switch 1 had like the custom NVIDIA GPU chip or whatever, so they got really good performance to battery life, or so I don't know. I like their hardware, but I don't play enough. I had a Switch 1 and I bought a bunch of Mario games and I never played them. So
all of that stuff carries through. Third-party support's been great. Apparently Requiem ran like a dream on it. Pragmata ran like a dream on it.
Wow.
The thing is, like, if you're doing side-by-side comparisons, yeah, it's not going to look as good, but they still look good for what it is. And then when you allow the understanding of like this is like a more of a handheld than a dock, like a stationary machine and that kind of stuff, right?
There's always going to be trade-offs, for a handheld.
But at the same time, what's the Steam Deck cost?
And nowadays, I don't know. It'd be
$5, or has it gone up?
Shouldn't be that much. Well, I guess they have the newer,
sold out,
the LED,
the OLED. OLED. They're not making the LED LCD anymore.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Is yours? Do you all have OLED ones, or
I do? Yeah,
I have the original one. I
went
sold
to
mine,
a different.
Actually, yeah, I have the ROG Ally.
That's
now.
what it is. Yeah.
Steam Deck OLED is $550, and I think I bought it for less than that. I might have just gotten it on sale though.
Gotcha. Now the cool thing is unlike the other price hikes, and they have let us know, like the other consoles, is this doesn't go into effect until like fucking September.
Oh, well, everybody who
So
wants
it's
to
a
get
pretty-
it,
it's a pretty good run-up.
That's generous. Yeah.
One of our other news pieces talks about another game that's coming out, and we're hitting the Summer Games Fest game announcement season through the summer. So, like, you'll probably have a good idea if you need, like, I don't know if we'll have the next 3D Mario or next Mario game in general announced by the time this price hike happens. But we'll have probably a good idea if the Dust Bloods is actually still coming out in 2026.
Oh, it's
then
coming out.
we're gonna have the release date and more information on it before this price hike even, which is, there are some people, probably Gavin, who are like, depending on how that game looks, that could really maybe make you spend the money and or just come live at my home for a bit, I guess.
I'm so pissed off that that's on Switch 2 only, man. I'm so mad because I'm not doing it. Like they're gonna have to port it to PC. Like there's no way like a PvE type game works on that ecosystem long term. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it? Do we know? What do we know about Dust Bloods? Is it a full like FromSoftware experience, like regular game, like from what we can tell, or it's just a multiplayer?
From what is out,
it's multiplayer only. I don't think there's a campaign.
Oh,
it's PvE.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
realize.
it's like an
that.
I don't know if it's extraction. It kind of gives off extraction type vibes, where you're kind of all in a map, and you might have some like random objectives, and you can choose to
That's kinda
cooperate.
cool.
With
I
people.
really wish that was
Yeah,
on
that's
PC.
a Ryan. That's got Ryan written all over it.
Have, like,
that
big
kind of
Ryan energy.
rules. I don't know.
Here we go.
But none of my friends are gonna have Switch 2s besides Matt. We could play.
fuck
you know.
mine?
Yeah. None of my good friends. None of my real friends. But no, like, I guess
We are
there
co-hosts and nothing more.
nothing more. I don't even
Lines.
know. Yeah.
Boundaries.
Yeah, so-
No, I just think the community would be a lot better if they would open that up because it's never been a Switch game like a Nintendo style,
like a
game.
franchise,
Like
or a
yeah,
developer.
so-
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. We've talked about it at some point. The three of us. Nintendo is like the only console manufacturer to never sell consoles at a loss, but they also typically have not done increases on anything. So that's why they were trying like the $80 for some of their first party stuff, and apparently they're still going to do that for things they consider premium. So like Bonanza was, Mario Kart World was,
$80?
Metroid Prime 4 though I don't think was. Yoshi's not going to be when it comes out. So yeah, it's just weird, but like, I mean, I feel like if you can make a bit up on the software, that's always been the mindset. We make it up on the software.
Yeah.
The problem is, I mean, game, $100 million minimum for games now, yada yada yada. So yeah, it just sucks. Everything's more expensive.
Everything's more
Like, it
expensive. Yeah.
I don't understand paying $80 for Mario Kart World when it's just like there are already so many good Mario Kart games, right?
And Mario Kart 8 is still the best.
Yeah, and World was kind of, I mean, I only played it like I think with you maybe once or twice, but it didn't really take off that much, right? Like I think the open world thing was kind of just like, what are we doing here? Why am I still racing?
The open world part's like the most heavy-handed thing. I guess I could just like, let my kid drive around aimlessly and just do stuff, but there's none of the co-op elements are part of that. So it's not like you guys can
very
hop
weird
in and we
choice.
can just drive around the world together.
I mean, there's like objectives and
There
secrets and
are.
collectibles, right?
You
But
can unlock
it's-
like some characters through the stuff you do, but it's like,
Yeah.
dude, just give me the classic Grand Prix experience. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm
tear it
cool
up.
with them taking a swing, I guess, but it definitely was kind of just a strange thing to drop on Mario Kart and a strange flagship game for the Switch 2 coming out.
It's also weird because Bonanza came out pretty quick. Like, why not just hold the console until that? Because that's far more impressive with like what's going on in that game.
It makes sense
But-
with all like the destructible environment and everything.
But like Donkey Kong, obviously compared to like Mario, right? Isn't
Like
as like our poster
IP.
boy.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Well, while we're on Switch news, we might as well mention that Star Fox is apparently getting a remake. That was just announced. You said it was a remake of the original.
so they mentioned that it's a remake of Star Fox 64, pretty well one for one. with like the updated visuals and everything, which we can talk about a little bit too if y'all watch the stuff. If not,
Dude,
I'll talk about
the
it.
character, is it Fox? That's his name, just Fox?
Yeah, Fox McCloud.
Fox McCloud. Straight out of Uncanny Valley, man.
I was like, I had
with the new graphics?
It's so
Really?
weird.
Oh, I didn't look at the pictures.
so-
pull it up.
So
you gotta take a
essentially,
look.
like other than like not Star Fox, maybe Star Fox, the GameCube version and like one other one, they're all essentially remakes of like the Super Nintendo game. Even 64 is just like they took what they did with this Super Nintendo game and tried to make it better, and then they came out in 97, the 64 version, and like that's considered peak Star Fox. Nothing's been as good. I think Assault was essentially a loose remake of that. They did a proper remake called like Star Fox 3D or 64 3DS on the 3DS, and then now there's this one, and it's like, bro, the GameCube game they tried sucked pretty bad.
Hey man, I don't
So-
know that I needed this resolution on Star Fox. This is crazy. I'm less like Fox is weird looking, but what's is it Peppy? What the side character? I can't remember his name.
Bro, what is that? You have the meme Fox there.
No, well, not that. Yeah.
Oh,
They put
yeah,
that
the
beside-
rabbit. Yeah.
But the rabbit, he's crazy looking. That's really
Dude,
weird.
Slippy the frog, he looks persistently wet.
Slippy. Yeah,
He
I wasn't
looks-
even in that picture. Oh
He
my
looks
gosh.
like a moist boy.
Turns
So the
down.
original character designer, though, and if you look, with the original like promotion stuff for Star Fox, when it came out on Super Nintendo, they used like puppets. So they are pretty Uncanny Valley realistic. So the original character designer has come out. He didn't know about this and said he loves the design, but they did. It's weird that they used this and leaned into this this hyper, almost like realistic style. Especially when Fox McCloud's in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and he looks cool as shit in that. And like that's his whole like role is like being the cool guy in that movie. So it's weird. It's only like $50. It's not a full priced game.
Oh, that surprises me.
Lot of multiplayer stuff
I
added.
know, I
like-
saw the 4v4.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would love that because, like, the 4v4 battle when you fight Wolf in the secret level after you split off from the first level, that was the hypest thing ever. That would be so fun if you could do that multiplayer. I mean, there probably have been multiplayer Star Fox games. But
And then they have all the Nintendo camera stuff, so like you can have your camera tracking your face, and it'll show like on your
that's
your screen
fun.
and stuff, like
Yeah.
their faces and stuff. So they're like doing some fun stuff with it. The thing is, like Star Fox overall is actually kind of a cool property to at least me and like a lot of people, like the animal-esque human people, but it's like very like kind of Star Wars-esque. In
kind of is, yeah.
It like has like some pretty cool potential, and you really have to nail the vehicle combat of Star Fox. But I think I feel like there should be room for what they tried to do on the GameCube of like getting out of your ship and having like the third person action-y platformer stuff. They didn't really refine any of those parts, so there's nothing to say like this part's awesome and this part's doo-doo. It's just like all kind of half-assed. So
That's
it's
almost
weird.
like
It's cool. Comes out soon, June 25th, 26th, or some shit. So, I mean, there's actually kind of nothing around it, which is nice. So I'll be all about
Did you
it.
say June 25th?
Yeah.
That's fun. Dang.
So,
It almost makes me think of like getting out of the ship like that and having over-the-shoulder combat. Feels like Star Wars Battlefront 2 or something with the space battles you'd like fly in. Like they could do something like that. I don't know. I could see it, but it's kind of weird mixing genres like that. Kind of feels unnecessary, but
yeah. The other note though on that is this was revealed by that Nate the Hate guy in his reveal talking about Ocarina of Time, and he was only a month off.
yeah.
And he said a new Star Fox game was in development. He didn't say if it was a new Star Fox game or a remake or
I
whatever.
thought he said it was a remake. I thought we talked about
He
it.
may.
No, we were talking about Ocarina remake.
Oh, okay.
On the
But yeah, so now it's like, shit, I think he might have been right. He's like batting damn near 100 on predictions. So, and again,
That's
this
exciting.
is the 40th year of Zelda. So, what is it going to be? Is it going to
You
be?
think they officially announced the remake before or after the price hike?
After the price hike? I don't know, because if they're going to try to squeeze it out in this year.
Yeah, it would probably want a longer media cycle for something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. That
So
would be
I could see if they announced that and then you got Duskbloods coming up, like Ryan's not going to be able to help
I'm
himself.
I was about to say,
He's
like,
gonna
I'm
be-
already folding. It's not even announced yet.
Okay, well, I guess that's enough for Switch news. Next thing on the list is that Sony has revealed a big loss due to the Bungie acquisition, $765 million impairment loss, which I guess is just sort of the present value minus what they paid. And yeah, I guess it begs the question, is Bungie going to stay around? I mean, Sony hasn't been shy about closing down their first-party studios at all with Blue Point a few months ago. Personally, I'm kind of, I don't know. Bungie has not really done anything that, for me, that's moved the needle since the Halo games. I'm not a fan of Destiny, and I really haven't tried Marathon, so what about you guys?
Yeah.
Did they acquire Bungie just before Marathon? Is that or like what have they made under the Sony
Marathon as far as something new, and then the last 2 Destiny expansions, maybe.
Gotcha.
1 or 2. It wasn't. Yeah, but it was. Well, Destiny 2 expansions, I should say.
Right. Yeah. Destiny 2's been out a long time as well.
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah, because that last expansion was like the end of Destiny 2, right? It was like I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, it's actually ending?
Well, maybe not the end, but like the end of the expansions and like
they tried to give it a pretty well finite ending. With
the final shape, I think, or something.
Something like that.
Did you guys play Destiny?
I played a little good chunk of Destiny 1. I didn't touch 2. I think I played through the Taken King on the first one.
I'm in the same boat. I played a lot of Destiny 1. I didn't play Taken King, but I played a lot of it.
But I just like feeling the hype. So I was working at GameStop even when that came out and stuff. So
did you? So you haven't played Destiny much at all?
I gave it a shot. For one of my buddies really wanted me to play it. I just have to say, no offense to our listeners out there, but I have never met a mentally stable Destiny 2 lifer. Everybody I've known who's been into it, and I've had good friends who love it. I'm just like, dude, what's wrong? They're so hopelessly addicted. They don't like the game. They're always talking about how bad the game is, and yet it's all they play. So for me, that's kind of a red flag. I kind of avoid everything Bungie now. I don't know.
It's interesting. It's like a League of Legends effect or something, where it's like you just hopelessly addicted and shitting on the game constantly.
Yeah,
I haven't played much Destiny 2. There's definitely like, I feel like you've got the casual people who fell off, like me and Matt, after Destiny 1 or in the middle of Destiny 1, and then...
Oh, and it was, friends bringing me in tow. It wasn't...
Right.
I mean, it was
you're
part
either
of
the
the
driver,
hype,
and you're playing all the time, and you're like, get everybody get on
on
here
the
with
bus."
me. Yeah. Or you're just along for the ride. But,
Right.
Well, they did that like extremely anti-consumer shit, right? Where you would pay for content and then they would just take it away. Like,
yeah, they did do that, and it like... Because they designed the game to do that, it like borked up every time they added an expansion when they would try to leave shit in because people were like, "We're gonna sue the fucking pants off of you over this."
Oh, really?
And it was just like a lot of messy stuff with that. But there's like straight up just vaulted content from Destiny.
I don't know. That
1
doesn't
and
really
2.
bother me that much, I guess, because they're operating more like an MMO or something, like a cycling of the meta. And
Well, they
whatnot,
weren't cycling back through shit. They were just like, that is over.
gone.
The new thing is here. You never play this again.
and was it
Thanks for the money.
Was it originally marketed as, hey, this is going to be a time limited thing?
No, it was like very much marketed similar to like MMOs, where at the very least they were going to cycle stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
like-
the Vault of Glass is these
guess,
6 months, and then now we're moving on to
Yeah, it
whatever.
needs to be marketed appropriately. I
or
guess
like,
that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. I don't.
Well, I was just wondering, like, with parallel with action RPGs. Like, I mean, I played like the campaign of Diablo 4 and maybe a little bit of the original in game at launch. But don't they like every season or whatever? Like, you can still continue your build on like an endless mode, right? It's not like you just lose that content forever. It just stops being part of like the public main server.
yeah,
I don't know. The idea of like
I
paying
played
for
Diablo
content.
4 at launch, and
Yeah, I don't know, but that is kind of what that would make sense. That's where my mind went. That it felt okay. They're operating under a season model is more what I was thinking. But if that's true of ARPGs and they don't get rid of the content, then that doesn't really hold up.
I
It's
can't
like-
say for sure either way.
it's like a really kind of currently hot topic. I think there are lawsuits in general going on over it because, like, Halo Infinite, for example, if you buy a season pass, that's just there until you make it through it. Same thing for like Helldivers. But if you buy the season pass for like the old season passes for Fortnite, if you didn't
They're
finish
still
the
like
season
that. Yeah, you
passes,
still have
right,
to finish them. Yeah,
you don't get the rewards, but you gave them the money.
Yeah,
And it's like a really weird gray area. Like, I mean, you're paying and willing to do it, I guess, whatever. If you don't get shit, you don't get shit. But
yeah. No, that's the. I mean, I thought that's how They all worked. I didn't realize that was like if you bought the like it's the Fortnite season. I don't typically make it to the final rewards, and it's just like you got to play a lot to get there. It is part of it, I mean, you're paying to. I mean, technically, you don't have to buy the pass until you've leveled up all the way. Like if you wanted to go that route.
Gotcha.
Before there was like extra XP and extra missions, but I don't think they do that anymore. But anyways, yeah, that is interesting. The locking you out of content type of thing, but
yeah, I don't know. In any event, I guess the future is maybe a little bit uncertain for Bungie and Sony. So I know that there are a few people who are really like Marathon has its following, but it hasn't been like a huge commercial success, right?
No, I think concurrents are staying under 100K, and that's across 3 platforms.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
People, it's like apparently really good and fun. Apparently the hardest part about it is it's not good at holding your hand to get you started. So you kind of need a wise sage, and or you're going to really get your head beat against a wall for the first several matches, and just, a lot of people do not like that. You even said you couldn't keep up with your brother, and he had only played it a bit more than you, right, Ryan?
I only played it that one night. I still own it. I haven't played it anymore since then, but it was like a lot going on. But we didn't play a ton. We played a few matches, maybe 4-ish, maybe 5. But it was like just a lot going on with him shepherding me through the levels, and I never really grasped exactly what all of the different avenues for what we were trying to do and accomplish and the types of enemies, and I don't know. It was like a lot. I'm sure it is fun if you get really into it, but I was wondering, was it a stellar success for them? I mean, it sounds like not if they have this big loss, but
what do you do? I mean, it's the problem with this. It's a big risk, right, with these types of games. If they pop off well, but if they don't, I don't know how long you keep eating the cost. Like Sony's got plenty of other studios that'll disappoint us. They can shut down first to keep Bungie alive, to try and chase this high, I guess, if they want to keep pursuing it, because they've been so much about the persistent, like, online multiplayer games where they can just keep getting money fed to them. So who knows? But I also wouldn't be shocked if by 2028 Bungie is no more. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Sad, but that's kind of the reality of where we are. All right, well, moving on with our next item, we've got a couple of kind of fun rumors, which aren't worth the page that they're written on, because let's see, one is a 4chan one, and the other one appears to just be a joke. But the first rumor is that the entire Dark Souls trilogy is getting a remake. Man, wouldn't that be nice?
I was gonna say Dark Souls 3 is 10 years old this year.
Stop it.
And
Dark Souls 3
should be 10 year 2016, right?
You're an asshole. Why would you say that to me?
I mean, like, probably not a bad idea in the world of remakes, right? As long as, again, like, I don't think FromSoftware is going to let anyone touch those either.
Do DS2 first, you cowards.
There's no blue point,
that would
right?
be so sick.
Right? Crazy. I wanted to remake DS2.
Yeah, so like...
They already have a DS1 remake. How old is that?
It's a remaster,
Ryan.
Oh, okay. That's fair. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that is different.
But I don't know. This one was clearly a joke, but it like kind of got a little bit of traction on social media of just like people, I think, seeing the headline or seeing the post and be like, gasp. There's part of me that goes like, well, they've probably got marketing people that see this and they're like, well, man, people are actually kind of hyped for this. Like, what would be our cost to, because we're developing out of Japan, out of a studio that notoriously actually keeps their budgets low. So maybe this isn't a bad idea. Again, we've not really talked about, at least on the pod, how everyone feels about remakes. I definitely think there is a world where remakes are justified. The Resident Evils are the perfect example of that. A PS1 game to now is drastic.
But didn't Capcom do the remake themselves?
Yeah, it's just all in-house.
That's the thing, right? Like, I don't want anybody but FromSoftware touching it. I don't really love what Bluepoint did with Demon Souls. It's not that it's bad. It's just you really can't look at that next to the original and say they were, they honored the vision. They definitely didn't.
Really?
So, yeah, in my opinion, yeah, it's like there are a few glaring examples, but like I don't know. Have you played?
I've played a little bit of the remake. I haven't played the original.
Yeah,
there's one thing about it that I don't get.
I've heard of people talking about the vision. I've seen it with like a certain boss, a few like boss designs maybe of like what they look like in the remake, I think, but I don't know. What was your example that you were about to give?
The one that people always point to the most is the fat official, and like they've made him look like very grotesque and, I don't know, corrupted, like physically, like kind of disgusting in the remake. Whereas in the original, it's just like, no, these are just like evil bureaucrats. And like the idea is that if you look at the architecture and stuff in the remake, it's very much the kind of like dilapidated, kind of like later FromSoft games. Like the world has been dead for a long time, right? And now you're showing up. But the whole story of Boletaria is like, no, it's actually a thriving kingdom, and like the whole thing with the demons taking over just happened, and you're just showing up. Like the castles are not in ruins and stuff in the original. There's a lot of stuff like that with the lighting, and then for me as a music guy, just the way what they did to all the soundtracks, which are actually some of the most unique and original soundtracks in all the FromSoft catalog. If you go back and listen to the original Demon Souls OST, it slaps, dude. It's really, really good. It's really weird. But of course in the remake, it's all extremely orchestral and bombastic, and, you know, it kind of just appeals to a more like Western high fantasy sort of aesthetic. So
Interesting.
I don't know. That's my soapbox. I'm not saying the remake is bad. It's just
The music's the weirdest one. I don't really necessarily blame Blue Point too much as I blame Sony wanting it to be pretty much a launch title, and then they're going to force you to take advantage of all the things that the bells and whistles they want to highlight with the console, particle effects, the brighter colors, those types of things.
True.
I think that is what actually bled through. The music's the one I just can't explain. Like that makes no sense, because that's the biggest, like, what the hell is going on here with that to me. And then the architecture one is kind of another one too. It's like, this is like literally the only FromSoftware game where we're not starting up post Super Hell has broken loose.
And they've taken that away. So is it a big enough change? Is it worth, should I play it on an emulator, or should I buy a PS3 or something, or play it on my I have an old one from my friend, like I could maybe borrow. Would it be worth playing the original, I guess, or should I play the remake?
I borrowed Matt's PS3 to play a good chunk of it, but I am ashamed to say I didn't finish it. I wanted to, but I didn't want to keep his PS3 hostage forever. So
the hardest part is like combat's definitely a lot more refined, and just
I thought they didn't change the mechanics at all.
It's pretty crunch. The old one is pretty crunchy, and it's not even so much that that doesn't fucking run well. It does not run that well. You're gonna be lucky to hit the 30, and then you're gonna have frame drops and those with kind of those precision of those games, right? It's
that's true.
You feel that pain a lot.
You can emulate it, and I think there's like a Discord server. There's some community out there dedicated to actually keeping online servers alive. So you can even get the original world tendency like mechanics as intended. You don't even just have to play it offline if you want.
That's actually really cool. Connecting to the server, like the emulated server, so you can see messages and stuff. Is that what you're saying? Oh, and like invaders.
So like you can actually
Wow. That's cool.
There's a world tendency thing, and you've not played it at all, right?
I haven't played enough.
Yeah, the better you do, and the less you die, the more like light, white, good your world is, and then the more you like die. The funniest thing is the more you suck at that game, the harder that game gets. Like literally, they add more enemies, and just like there's some crazy stuff they do in it, and it's like I wish they would actually revisit world tendency in a future game pretty hard.
It was so weird but cool.
Yeah,
you're reminding me now. Can't you do you go to half health when you die? Like in Dark Souls 2, they also had a mechanic, but it was like 10% at a time, right?
You got down to half.
I think in Demon Souls, unless you're wearing the Ring of Binding, which I think puts it at 75%, you just go straight to half health as soon as you die.
That's brutal. Oh my god!
And there are like several bonfires if you're in like the red world tendency, where like you spawn in and the bonfire deactivates because something is sprinting to kill your ass that moment you start there.
It's oppressive.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I've done like multiple playthroughs on at least the remake, and I've done like try to keep it full white and then just purposely throw it into red. Brother, there are some parts with like the evil or bad that are crazy.
But there's some really cool things you can get in pure Black World Tendency, like some items that you couldn't get otherwise.
Right, yeah, like certain pathways unlock in either or that are blocked otherwise.
I did not know this about Demon Souls.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff, but I mean, I would be cool with some Dark Souls remakes. Throw them all together, even give us a package and give us full 60 FPS, like locked or higher, I guess. I don't know. But again, it does kind of show like the risk of anyone else touching it, unless they're going to honor the vision and like at least let FromSoftware consult to really keep their shit in check. Like, that's the big thing. Sony owned the Demon Souls IP.
Yeah.
Which also then, like, kind of does alleviate a little bit of the worry if Bloodborne were to ever happen. But it seems like maybe there were even mixed words after the Demon Souls thing that
seems like
kept the Bloodborne one from happening. And Miyazaki's been open about how that's like the thing he's the most proud of out of anything, right? Is Bloodborne.
Yeah. Just do DS2 because there is no vision, so
you can only go up. People hate it,
which is down in that game.
Nah, man, the DS2 renaissance is real, man. People are starting to come around to.
I love when everyone discovered like that the main director or whatever for Elden Ring was the same dude for like DS2 or something, and they were like, "What? That's why it was always a great game." The revisionist shit. Oh my god, I remember when that game came out, and dude, it was.
Wait, no, Elden Ring was Miyazaki though. Do you mean like a combat director or something like that?
He might have been. I think he was like the world or level designer or whatever,
okay.
and like he was that for both or something like that.
Is it Yamamura? Is that his name?
I mean,
whoever it was, he saved the project. So
yeah. George R.R. Martin couldn't get his shit together.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool. So,
man, that would be cool. Especially DS2. You can take DS1 from my cold dead hands. Please don't touch it. Another fun rumor that is probably just BS, but has received a lot of attention is that a new FromSoft game called Cerulean Onslaught is going to be revealed at Summer Games. Man, we are all kind of yearning for a pirate-themed Souls game, and I think that's just sort of we're willing it into existence with this rumor, right? Like we've done the Victorian, we've done like the whole dark fantasy, medieval. Let's get some water.
Yeah, I've never really thought of it from like a pirate perspective. They've always kind of had like some pirate-esque armor, and then I put the notes in our notes about No Man's Wharf specifically, which is like a lot of ships around in there and stuff from DS2. But I mean, it sounds cool. The title actually does sound pretty FromSoft like title-esque. I was like, whoever came up with this title, this is actually a pretty decent one. But I don't know. Again, getting crazy traction. It was revealed through 4chan, which is probably not the most. Real leaks have happened there. But,
yeah, I mean, it's not impossible for sure.
But the rumor part, the big part of it is that it's like out soon this year before the Duskbloods, and it's like, brother, we're like at the we're right at the halfway point of the year, right? Like, what are you talking about?
That seems pretty wild, if so.
And how many years away? When did Elden Ring come out?
2022.
And then 2024 was Shadow of the Erdtree, right?
Yes.
It was like a 2-year gap, right?
It was in 2024. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm pretty positive.
Night Rain 2025 spring.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if they're going to squeeze out another smaller game. I mean, I guess that's what the Dusk will be, was like another small game like Night Rain. And I say small comparatively, right? But we're still probably a couple of years from their next big game.
Dude, they can't even drop the Tarnished Edition update, even though everybody knows it's ready. Have you guys followed this?
Yeah, but isn't the big thing because of all the stuff with like the Switch and like that didn't like a lot of they got like a lot of flack for like the Switch 2 being so borked, like people playing it.
So here's the deal. Yes,
specifically,
essentially they demoed it at one of these game shows or whatever, right? And so Tarnished Edition is primarily for the Switch 2, but other consoles are getting it, right? So it's primarily for the Elden Ring to release on Switch 2, but other consoles are getting the added content, which is like a couple starting classes, and it's nothing huge. Maybe a new quest line.
Oh, no, there's
right?
something huge in there.
Oh yeah.
Horse armor, baby.
Oh yeah,
you get to do some customization.
We finally get to deck Torrent out. Yeah,
Torrent, yeah, dude. I always
wanted
him to be like. I wanted to be able to do something with him so bad in the game. For just being your mount, there's something about Torrent that I loved in the game. I loved platforming with Torrent. I love Torrent, man. What can I say?
Yeah, real big horse guy.
Yeah, I was a big horse.
Known horse guy.
No, but they won't drop Tarnished Edition, even though. So originally they showcased it at one of these gaming events. It ran like hot ass on the Switch 2, and so there's a big controversy, and because like this is what it was being designed for, right? So. But since then they have demoed it at a few others, and it's ran great. Like people are like, this is ready. So it's been months kind of since the, I guess, latest.
The last bit of their stuff, they have revealed things in relation to Jeff Keighley's events, whether it's Game Awards or Summer Game Fest, and I think with that being next month in a couple of weeks,
I think they're just waiting for that.
I wouldn't be shocked if we're at least probably at that going to get more information on Dust Bloods and probably that. Like, and I could almost see them at this point with the way it's been, just being like available today or tomorrow with the Tarnished Edition stuff.
Yep.
Is it so Tarnished Edition for these other or like for the consoles and PC? Is it going to be an update or a new edition you have to buy? Okay,
it's an like since we own the base game and the Shadow of the Erd Tree, we should just get everything for free. But
Gotcha.
I think even if you just own the base game, I don't know if you will, because I think some of it's tied to the Shadow of the Erd
because
Tree.
Milady is going to be one of the starting weapons, the light greatsword. So I would think that you would have to own the weapon rules. By the way, you should do a playthrough with it if you haven't.
Milady.
Well, all right, we'll just keep over here huffing the copium that FromSoft is gonna do something again ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next item is that Halo Infinite introduced a new firefight gauntlet, which is apparently very difficult and has roguelike elements. I didn't put this in here.
I put that in here, and I know that doesn't sound
Okay.
like crazy news, right? I think we should all play it.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here it is. There's always something with this guy.
That's it. That's
Always
really
an
it. That's
ulterior
why
motive.
it's on here.
Is it? Wait, is this on PC or
I
is
think
it only Xbox?
Well, the multiplayer for Halo Infinite is just free, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
free,
separate,
right?
Like
yeah,
you can just download it.
and I think it's cross-platform. I think
Correct.
So I think we could all just get it. On, I don't. What? It's not on PS5, right?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, but whatever for that.
Yeah, I don't know if it
I
would
actually
run.
probably played like 200 hours of Halo Infinite multiplayer when it came out.
I played a good amount.
Little
200 's crazy.
secret I have.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Here, guys. I was grinding hard on that game. I really I just wanted some Halo multiplayer. It just kind of hit it a good time for me.
I guess why it got me excited is I just really missed the days of the ODST firefight where it was a set difficulty, I think, or like to get the things unlocked, you had to beat it on a certain difficulty, and it was like locking in with your boys to get through it was like really cool, a good feeling. So let's do that with the new mode. Sounds fun, and it's free. I guess you'd have to play it on Steam Deck, right, Gavin, if it's not on PS5.
Yeah.
And
So,
I don't know that
pleb.
Halo Infinite will run. It doesn't run on Steam Deck, right? Because it's multiplayer.
And probably DRM or
I think it's DRM,
or whatever
yeah.
anti-cheat or something. I
But
doubt it
Matt's
runs
got
on
enough
Linux.
consoles. We could make it work.
Yeah,
I
dude,
guess
just
you
let
could
me
borrow
bu-
my
you got
Xbox
a-
and I could.
You got a handheld or something I can borrow? Yeah,
Yeah,
or a
figure it
laptop.
out. Yeah.
That's really it, though. That's why I put it on here. I don't know. The firefight mode has existed, but this is like apparently much harder, and you like upgrade your armor and your weapons using like the currency in between rounds, and it's got like a roguelite energy of where you're trying to beat this specific challenge, and it's like, I don't know, that just sounds kind of cool to me.
It does sound fun. I'll give you that. Isn't this Halo Infinite? The whole thing is it was supposed to be like the vision of Halo for the next 10 years or whatever.
I think
and then
so.
It never even got like couch co-op, and like a lot of people were really mad.
I think I
never
got
played
it
it.
couch co-op, but like 2 years later or something like that. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not. Well, it didn't have it didn't even have online co-op for the campaign when the campaign launched.
Huh.
For like a year.
Does Halo
and then
Infinite have a campaign?
It does have a campaign, and
didn't
it's
know
like kind of open world. You're more like bounty hunting down these or several of like the mini bosses to take on the big boss kind of situation. Played about half of it with a buddy, and we fell off, and that is the only Halo campaign I have not beat.
I didn't know it had one at all. I thought Halo Infinite was meant to be just multiplayer, or just the online multiplayer, and I assumed it didn't have couch co-op, and it's like, that's what we're doing now. Get on board, but
Gotcha. Yeah.
I guess not.
Well, let's add it to the very long list of games that we need to play on the podcast. So
Okay.
you make it happen, Ryan.
I'll start
I'll
pushing.
do it. Yeah.
One big sleepover night. We're playing Fortnite. We're playing Halo Infinite.
Playing Slay the Spire.
We can play Slay the Spire. Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know what I
Matt,
have.
you have to throw in your contribution to the Forced Game Festival.
No, I'm
That's
bringing
true.
out the N64. We're playing GoldenEye.
Oh,
my GoldenEye, buddy. Let's go.
Better.
Yeah. Okay. All right. A couple of quick items to finish up the news. Resident Evil Requiem had Leon Must Die game mode added. Matt wants to talk about it real bad.
No, I actually haven't touched it yet because I've been trying to finish up some other things. It's been added for about a week, but it's a roguelike mode essentially for Requiem. You only play as Leon. There's no switching with like Grace, and it's like, here is this level / area. You play through it, try to get the score, beat all the enemies, and then you go through the magical door at the end, and then I think it randomizes in a combination of things of like what the next room you're going to go to is, and how like there's like 5 levels of difficulty that ramp up throughout. and just like trying to complete it. It was a free
That's
update.
fun.
Apparently, it's pretty cool. The best part, the absolute most wonderful thing about this, though, is Leon must die, which there is like one of the hardest difficulties on all the Devil May Cry games is Dante must die. So just like that nod, because we only have Devil May Cry because of Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
Resident Evil 4 started and then had to be rebooted, but they took its guts, and that's how we ended up with Devil May Cry. It was going to be a different protagonist with like powers that was like hack and slash for Resident Evil 4, and then they were like, no, this is not it. But this game's still cool, and then we got Devil May Cry games.
Fun crossover.
So it's just like a little like all this like
Yeah,
nods
just, like,
of
crazy.
everything like in this like cycle, if you will, of acknowledgement. So it's just kind of fun.
That is fun. So how does that mode compare to like a Mercenaries mode in the previous games? Is it
So
kind of the
there's
same
like no
thing?
other
Like,
characters
or-
to pick from. I think the way you do
yeah.
finishers and stuff does give you like better, more points versus
Okay.
headshots versus
Yeah,
melee. But then like after a certain amount of points, you like kind of level Leon up, and you can like pick like this gun gets infinite ammo, or his kicks set enemies on fire.
That's pretty fun. Okay.
Like it's just got some
This
quirk-
mode's not multiplayer, is it?
No.
Oh, that would have been cool.
It kind of would have been cool. So
Damn.
one person has to play as Grace.
Yeah.
Leon, no.
Leon, no.
He's just back flipping and ripping heads off. He's like, get in this, Grace. Like, come on.
That sounds cool. Yeah, I can't wait to try that game. All right. Last, Matt has put some bullshit on here.
Hey, yeah, why am I catching these?
Garfield Escape from Monday release finally announced.
Finally.
That's right.
Oh man,
Give
we were
the
waiting
people-
with bated breath.
Give the people what they want. Finally.
So that's Ryan.
I did put it on there.
Oh my bad. Okay.
The joke comes from what, Ryan?
Well, from the few episodes ago, talking about the Garfield
Yeah.
PSP. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. We're the Garfield podcast.
So now the plot twist of the episode. Ryan, I want you to take your right hand, and I want you to reach up above you on that shelf behind you, and there's that Mario magazine. Behind it, there's something else. I didn't get you a birthday gift, and we didn't from the podcast or anything. So you have a gift there. Will you tell the listeners
Oh
what I
my
bought you
God.
off of
Oh
eBay?
my
I'm
God.
looking at Garfield the movie on the PSP, the original. This is bringing back so many
Popped it in my
memories.
PSP the other night to make sure it actually
Actually
works.
right.
It loaded up, and I laughed myself to tears alone in my basement. So you now own
Oh
a
man,
seminal moment.
Man,
Garfield stands rise up.
that was executed pretty well, man. You planted that bomb. You were just ready
when I
for
saw
it.
that note get put in here, and then I knew it was Ryan, I was like, dude, talk about destiny.
Talk about timing. That's so awesome.
Happy birthday.
Well,
Very
thank
late.
you. I'm gonna be streaming this tonight. Get ready.
Well, that about does it for the news. So let's go ahead and move into what are we playing? What are we hyped for? Matt, what's going on with you?
I beat games. That's what I do. So
Do you?
I finished Pragmata, and then I have actually finished Ceros. So
That was fast.
and then I played about an hour of Vampire Survivors, and then I've been back kind of just wandering around aimlessly in Crimson
Survivors or crawlers?
Desert. Or crawlers, yeah.
Nice.
So, Pragmata. Solid 8 out of 10 game. I get what everybody says when they like. It kind of harkens back to like the PS2 era. It like kind of tells its story. You play the game. The game ends. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
I love
It
that.
does have in-game stuff to like replay it if you really want to, like kind of all Capcom games do. But you're not gonna have missed anything.
Keep forgetting it's a Capcom game. That's crazy. How long
Yeah.
was it?
I think about 15 hours or so.
Okay. Yeah.
And I kind of was like hunting down all the text files and all the collectibles as much as I could in a single playthrough, because I don't know if I'm going to mess with trying to platinum it. Yeah, sometimes I do. A lot of Capcom games I do, but we'll see. Maybe we'll replay it this summer.
Yeah.
You unlock the hardest difficulty after you beat it once, and then you have to like at least beat it on the hardest difficulty to do the platinum. And it's got some challenge stuff in it they're pretty tough. So I don't know if I just want to beat my head against the wall with that. Right. So instead, I decided I wanted to beat my head against the wall with Ceros right away. So, but Pragmata is like definitely kind of hard to maybe suggest at full price for people, but if it like starts hitting like the $50-$40, like 100% buy it, play it. I also see how like there's certain demographics of people who are going to like emotionally get fucked up by this game in some capacity. Not like the worst you've ever been messed up, but
But if you hate children, you're good to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, perfectly fine. So,
But would it hit for you?
potentially. The gameplay loop, like again, that game having a demo is a huge deal, and if you like the demo, it's probably just worth playing the game.
Does the puzzle solving element, like the secondary aspect of combat, evolve over the game and get like way crazier?
Oh yeah, you start getting like power ups, and you've got to like pick what power ups you can carry with you, like having to make the choice, and the grids get bigger based on the enemies or the bosses, and more convoluted with like obstacles in them, or things will happen that'll mess up the puzzle piece, and you have to fix them via like the third person shooting, or vice versa, right? Because you like can barely damage robots if you don't complete the puzzle. But if they do something to mess up the puzzle, you have to use the third-person elements to...
Are you using one stick to aim and the other stick to solve the puzzle at the same time?
You use the sticks to control character and aim. The face buttons on the controller are how you navigate the gridded system for the puzzle that pops up.
But you have to do them simultaneously, or it's like everything around you stops, you do a puzzle?
No, you gotta, like, it's live. Like, the enemies are still moving at you, so you gotta be trying to slow them down. You have, like, stasis gun that can shoot them and freeze them for a second, or you can just, like, kind of dash away with your thrusters while you solve the puzzle. And then that's only, like, temporarily, like, overheats them to expose, like, their cores to shoot, if you will. And then... like then they need to have it done again, or some of the power-ups like prolong how long they're stunned, or those really types of things.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate a novel gameplay mechanic like that. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, and I really can't think of anything else that's ever done something like that though either. So I don't regret buying it at all. So it's a good game. I'm glad to see it sold like 2 million copies in like a 2-week period. New IP, single player game with no multiplayer. Like, the way it ends, I mean, there could be sequels and it could become a franchise, but it's not going to be as cut and dry as you think it would be. It's definitely going to have something tantalizing in the sequel,
right?
Or some kind of step that you're like, oh, okay, cool. So, but yeah, it was a good time. And then Saros. So I've actually completed the full ending.
That seems very fast.
Of that game. I mean, even Returnal is only like 15 hours. They're very much like...
For whom?
Yeah, it's like very
I
much
probably
like...
spent, 6-7 hours in the first biome.
Yeah, it's kind of very much get good games.
Wow.
Returnal is harder. Saros is a lot easier in my opinion. The bosses specifically are way easier in Saros. There are a couple that are like rival Returnal on like the cool and scale and stuff, and then some that are probably more like large in scale and cooler. But yeah, the run-ups to the bosses can be harder. The randomization of like weapons, and it's not parasites in Saros, but that kind of thing where you like get a positive perk, but you have to also take the negative perk.
Right.
Seemed more like just kind of, I didn't mess with really doing it much, and it didn't feel like it hindered me.
It wasn't worth taking the negative, or you're saying it wasn't a big deal, so you always took it?
No, it wasn't worth taking the negative, in my opinion. There are also like around 8 guns in that game, and I only think 2 I gave a shit about and wanted to use, and I hated the rest of them.
Wow.
Now, that's not much better than Returnal, though. They're cool in premise, and there's probably playstyles and people who are gods with them, the way it always is in those types of games, right? Where you like, yeah, that item sucks, and then you see a video like a year from now, and they're like, look at how I god mode this with,
You're right. Yeah.
So because of just like understanding the mechanics of it, but there was one issue I had with Returnal where it's like I found the 2 or 3 guns I really liked, and that's all I wanted to use and hunt down. So sometimes the RNG element of the guns dropping for the upgraded gun would really like hose some of my runs. But even then, I think I died a total of like 20 times from starting the game to beating the entire final boss, the secret boss, like total ending.
Wow.
So,
okay.
That seems crazy.
At the same time, I've played Returnal according to my PlayStation 170 hours. I've beat Returnal a lot.
Dang.
I really like Returnal. In fact, I would still say I like Returnal better. If you want, which is going to also sound crazy because there are more cutscenes and more fleshed out story in Saros, which is usually like my big thing. But something about like the isolation and like kind of the sadness, the internal sadness, and like kind of what's going on in Returnal.
Yeah, I didn't beat it, but the thematic elements, seemed crazy.
Hits more for me.
And so even though you beat it so quickly, you feel like you got to experience all of the narrative?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think one of the only reasons I beat it so quickly is because I'm such a seasoned Returnal player and Returnal is the harder game. Like they did make Saros to be easier, more approachable. Like it has the upgrade system, right?
Did you mess with that?
And like and like you hit like a wall and do a couple upgrades, and it like almost makes the next like your run, the stuff that you were stuck on became trivial. There were 2 bosses that probably ate up like 10 of my deaths, and then the rest of them were, I think I maybe died once. I would do the upgrading because of the run ending, and then go back and destroy them.
Wow.
So it's a good game, acted out very well, plays phenomenally, like feels great from a gameplay perspective, like Returnal does.
Where are you at on like a rating for it, I guess?
So Returnal's like a 9 out of 10 game for me, and this is probably like an 8 out of 10 game, I guess.
Okay.
If we're
On the
trying to
same
just
level as
give-
Pragmata, because you just gave that an 8
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah, I would put
That's
them
crazy.
right around each other
Okay.
for that.
So are you saying
it's
you feel like Saros should be a lot higher than
I
Pragmata,
just
or-
don't know. I've not seen enough to believe I should care about Dad in Space Simulator. No offense, Matt. I know it
Well,
is for
I guess
you.
that's the thing, right? Is
But-
you like gotta. They're 2 very different
Yeah,
games. Like
yeah.
it's
Fair.
Saros
on
is
you-
kind of just a third-person shooter, but like that's Pragmata's main thing. But the puzzles there, and like there's not really any cryptid part of the narrative with Pragmata.
Yeah, it's
You kind of like you
straightforward.
have kind of like some questions, but like they just are kind of answered in sequence as you progress through the story. Whereas there's you're still probably, depending on how much you pay attention, it's a lot more able to be understood in Saros. But I could see people still looking up like ending explained or complete ending explained or something in relation to Saros.
Are you like at a point where you're done with it, or
Oh, yeah, I'm
you're
like-
like you might go and play it later, or there's just nothing else it has to offer?
Yeah, no, I'm done. I think I'm missing 2 audio logs or something, and that's just kind of based on I think the RNG of them showing up.
And you don't have the desire to do more runs because there's nothing else to.
Yeah, no, I
To
like
chase.
got everything, understood everything about the story. There's an ambiguous thing, so I did watch a story explained like video, and that seems to be like the consensus of like you can take this one way or this other way. It doesn't affect the overarching thing. In fact, I think it ties to just more like the neckbeard Reddit mod people that are freaking out about Saros right now. They're already trying to be shitty because you're an Indian protagonist, so fuck those people, right? Who are trying to be bitches about that type
For
of stuff.
real?
And then there's some other things that I don't want to spoil for people who do play the game that happen, that same community is going to be like, and like uninstall, I can't believe, clutch my pearls.
Fucking chuds, man.
What a
Dude,
terrible
yeah.
subsection of gamers.
Yeah, like what? Just
Yeah. If you're
It's
out there
the
and you're
same-
listening, go fuck yourself.
it's the same group of people who like, because Slay the Spire 2 has been having like it's been getting review bombed
oh
by
my god, yeah.
a group of people because
Why is that?
they give credit to some girl that was part of like the Gamergate stuff
Yep.
years ago, back in like 2016 or whatever. She like consulted briefly, and you don't even know it until you beat the game, and it's like, did anything in the game signify anything you disagreed with, or did you just see this person's name who brought some good points, but also was kind of like you kind of really were leeching on that time because she's like a known not into video games type of person. And then people have just started like review bombing Slay the Spire 2 over it.
That's annoying. Yeah.
It's just like
Review
these
bombing
same-
is such an annoying
These
thing.
seems like shit butt ass people, dude. So, but yeah, and then Vampire Crawlers. I'll play it a bit more. I don't know. I mean, I love Vampire Survivors. It's fun, but I don't. Well, right now it's like, if I'm gonna just wander around and do something, I might as well just wander around and do something completely wild in Crimson Desert. I put it back in, right, and just start doing little side missions and just exploring that because I barely touched it before all this other stuff started coming out. So that's my caveat with that. Same time, I don't know if it is, but if Vampire Crawlers is on the phone or something, I might try to get it on that.
Yeah,
and do
that
it
would
that
help
way.
it some, I think.
So that's what I've been playing.
I guess I can pivot there because I played a little Vampire Crawlers as well.
Oh, yeah?
This last week, and I'm about at the same spot. I played like 30 minutes for into an hour, probably about an hour. And I don't know, as soon as it started getting into the card mechanics of things playing off of other things and having to make choices of how to optimize, I was like, it already starts to lose me. I don't know. I'm just not built for Slay the Spire or Vampire Crawlers, or I like Balatro, but I don't know. I'm just not made for, I guess, for combat roguelike card deck builders.
This hurts my heart, right?
I think I'm going to refund it, honestly, because I'm still within the window, and I just don't see myself enjoying it, unfortunately.
Because I'm not into those, my thought with that was like, they're a small studio. Yeah, Vampire Survivor was a success, but it was $10, and I was like, yeah. I'll give them some money.
Yeah,
They've apparently got like several other things in development, like other games.
They're gonna jump all the
so
genres.
I'm like, I'll give you some money to get some more of these things.
That's
out,
fair. Maybe I won't refund it as a pledge to them, because I do think it's well made. Like, it's really cool that they've pivoted and like taken all the elements of Vampire Survivors and like reformatted them into a new genre. That's crazy. I just don't think the genre's for me. But
fair.
That's really it. I feel like I've upset Gavin, but
well, I think it's because he loves Slay the Spire. Right?
We were just talking about doing the pod play Slay the Spire.
Now
you drop this bomb on me. I don't know.
It's
fine.
I'll be the person holding us back. Unfortunately,
you've got the mind for it, Ryan. I'm telling you.
I don't think I do. I don't know.
You do. I don't.
I just get
You
bored.
have the mind.
Do what?
You have the mind.
The mind.
Anyways.
On that same note, another game I guess I'll go ahead and say I beat Rogue Legacy 2 finally, which kind of took me forever. It took me way longer than I thought. I think it was like 25 hours total. I'm kind of disappointed that I feel like it overstayed its welcome for me. It got really hard in the end, and the scaling I don't know if I did something wrong the way I was playing it, but like I couldn't afford more level ups without having to do like a huge grind of going through the whole roguelike castle and like farming a ton of gold to get one little baby upgrade that didn't help enough.
That's actually that point is one of the big things with like the difference in Seiros and Returnal. You don't like Returnal; it's beneficial. Like there's the 3 biomes. The game kind of has an end of Act 1 and then 3 biomes in Returnal. In Seiros, it's like all the biomes consistently, but there's no point really to play from biome 1 all the way through. You kind of want to go back to your base and level up and stuff. There's not a lot of the reason for the grinding.
Okay.
So which is a big difference in those two, I guess, from a brick wall perspective. Because
yeah, it's just weird because I don't mind grinding. I was really enjoying up until I got to the final area, like the 6th area of the game. It was like I'm cool to go back and grind, but it just needs to feel worth it. It felt like it was like a total waste of my time because I would spend it was like a lot of time going through a power run where I would do all of the upgrades. I'd get my gold scaling going crazy. It'd take me like an hour to play one run, and then I'd get like nothing out of it. I'd get like one little upgrade, and I was like, this is not going to work so I just had to get good and just like grind out the final area, because you can turn on this mode where it locks the castle in place, but you don't get as much gold. Like you get way less gold, and you use it to beat the bosses and stuff essentially. I was on a plane ride though for like several hours, and I just was like, I'm beating this before I get off the plane, and it took me like several hours to get through the last 3 bosses.
Well, you saw it through though, so that must feel good.
Feels good. I got to rub it in my friend's face who didn't finish the final boss, so that was good.
Yeah, I bet you did that immediately.
Immediately, as soon as I got off the plane, I called him. Another game I tried was Dispatch.
Oh, yeah?
Have you guys played Dispatch?
I want to play it. I've just been waiting on a sale. How is it?
Okay. I was really not a fan.
Oh, really?
I really don't like the energy of the main character. I don't know. It was just very classic. I don't know. I may have quit too early. Maybe he's got a big arc or something, but like the game seemed to be telling me he's the coolest person in the room and everybody else is like an idiot, and he's like calling everybody out on their shit, and he's got like real cool guy energy. I don't know. Like,
Is this the one who's voiced by the guy from Breaking Bad? Is it Aaron Paul?
Oh, it probably is actually. I didn't know that.
No, there are a ton of famous like voice actors in the game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
You don't like him.
I like Breaking Bad, and I like Aaron Paul, but the main character, the energy of it, yeah.
What's the gameplay on Dispatch?
Because it's pretty much not gameplay.
To Telltale than anything.
It's less gameplay than a Telltale game.
Yeah, so
it's really. You have the choice at the beginning to turn on or off the QuickTime events, and I turned them off because I heard from another podcast that it's kind of like a more fun vibe if you treat it like a TV show almost, that you're getting to like kind of direct and like don't even work, because I don't like QuickTime events anyways. I don't really need to button mash, if it's going to be a non-gameplay kind of game, you don't need to fake it on me, it's fine. The choosing wasn't it for me. It was just the story. It was like the really attractive Superwoman character like starts getting interested in you immediately, even though I feel like, I don't know, it just felt a little heavy-handed with the writing, but could just be me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to check out Dispatch. I loved a lot of the Telltale games, but that's like a bonding thing for my wife and I. Like, we did the whole first season of The Walking Dead together and cried together over all of that and stuff, right?
It's a good game.
That's a good game.
But it's a good one to fuck you up too emotionally.
Yeah, the end of season 1's like brutal.
Dude, that's like up there, right? But there's also that mixtape game that's out, which is a lot of people are talking about. It's very just like an interactive movie-esque thing. I could see Gavin out of the three of us maybe being the most interested in it because music is such a like, it's about the main character about to go become like a music producer or something, and it's like making, I don't know if it's a she or a he, or they're like making their perfect mixtape through their last summer with their friends before they all go off post high school. So it's like also got that like sneaking out and go get some beers kind of energy.
Coming of age.
It's also like a hot topic in the industry right now because people are like, it's like, I think IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh wow.
And people are like, bro, this is literally just watching this, and then obviously the neck chuds come out over the or what the fuck, I don't know, but there's parts of it that sound interesting to me, and I think it would be a fun like play watch thing with my wife. So
yeah, I think that makes sense. I remember when the trailer came out, I thought it looked really cool. I liked the vibes it was putting out there. Very coming of age, like heavy hitting emotionally, like it seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you're generally okay with that genre? I don't know if it's properly a visual novel or it's more just like, what would you guys call the Telltale?
The evolution of point and click games.
Yeah, yeah. You're generally okay with those, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I haven't really played a ton of them, but I've never on paper been like, oh, that's just a walking sim, not even a walking sim. Like, I guess like not a game. Some people say. I don't really have an issue with that. I don't think.
Yeah. Gotcha. Because, I mean, there are walking sims, like What Remains of Edith Finch, and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Like, you literally just do nothing but walk through what has happened, and, like, the story is unfolds.
Right.
That's
like,
kind of like Gone Home, I think, is another big one.
You guys play Gone Home?
Yeah.
That's actually one of those three I haven't.
I played,
it's fun.
Gone Home was
you and your wife should play it.
Was Gone Home, like, really, really short? Like,
it's like... My wife and I finished it in a night, like an afternoon.
I think I played it in one sitting, yeah.
I think it's one of those that also has that, like, one of those trophies where, like, beat the game in, like, 12-minute kind of situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
once you know the story, it would be easy to do, but it'll take you some time to put the clues together. That was a good one. I also liked Life is Strange. That's
where my mom
forever ago. Yeah. But you guys played that?
I started it and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna. I couldn't get into something about it, and I don't know what it was. I don't know, because I saw Silent Hill F through, and it has just a lot of like. I know it's completely different games, like very different, but like, though I have no problem with games like that existing in these spaces, trying them, if I can like get them to become a thing I do with Ariel or I don't care if people know her name, whatever, my wife. But I have never, nor will I ever be a teenage girl navigating certain things that are like the hyper emotional thing. So the other parts of the story really have to be good to get me like into it. So I think that's like kind of been a little bit of my hang up with maybe Life is Strange from what I got from like an hour and a half of playing.
That's interesting because I feel like I've always enjoyed the stories the more I don't relate to the protagonist, because it gives me like, for a while I get to, I don't know, see someone else's viewpoint. Like in The Walking Dead, I forget what's the main guy's name, but I don't relate to him. I've never wanted to be a father.
Yeah.
Same with Joel and like The Last of Us, right? But I still find it to be like such a compelling story. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what the block can be here and there for me either with some of that. So
I'm a big man, not a teenage girl.
I don't relate to Kratos, like, anything like that. But I think for me, it becomes so like, right. I think the big thing with like Resident Evil 2, and we'll talk about it eventually at some point, is like, I was 6 when that game came out technically, or when I first played it, or I was like 8 when I first played through it and beat it. Several years after it had been out, like. Leon, the main character in that, is like a reasonable age to like have been like a big brother, and I was the oldest and I had no father figure kind of situation. So like I have that thing that I do a lot of like almost like the not fully hero worshipping, but like that was like a driver for me a lot growing up in games of like, oh, this person's like, oh, I want to be like, I want to look up to them.
Yeah.
Like, look at, they got through this like trial and tribulation. If I get through trials and tribulation, I can do sick backflips when some crazy lady chases me with a chainsaw too.
Still working on that one.
Yeah,
but,
one day.
Neither of those things have happened. I've not attempted a backflip, nor has anyone come after me with a chainsaw, so I've done well.
I gotcha. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like if you live your life looking up to Leon, you turn out to be a pretty cool guy. So, fair enough.
Well, that's mostly it for what I've been playing. I had a few other things I tried on the plane, but I won't really get into them. What do you got, Gavin? What are you playing?
Oh man, I'm dying to talk about the Steam controller over here. Somehow I got one pretty quickly. I was part of the clusterfuck that was trying to check out, and they released them at I think it was 10 a.m. Pacific time, and so I had set a reminder on my phone, and they actually opened up at 9:58. And then, I had preloaded money into my Steam wallet because I heard it might be a whole thing, right? And even then, it was just there's been an error or whatever with your order, try again later. But I had on Reddit, I was pulling up the Steam controller subreddit, and people were just keep clicking, eventually it works. And so I was just spamming that thing, just click, 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 probably for 15 minutes, and then eventually it was just
controllers showed up at the house.
I don't know if I think they capped you at 2, and then now they're capping people at 1 because they're we didn't know it was going to be so big. Now they've actually implemented a queue, so if you guys wanted one now, you can actually enter the queue, and when it's your turn, you'll just be able to buy one, which I don't know why they didn't do that from the start. Anyways, yeah, I got it pretty quickly, and I've been playing with as much as I can over the weekend. Played some first-person shooter to try out the gyro. Played Slay the Spire because I always play Slay the Spire, but did try using the Steam controller purely as a mouse and keyboard, using the trackpads, and that felt great. That game feels really good with mouse controls, in my opinion. And then also just tried a city builder as well, so Manor Lords, which is just, it has no controller support whatsoever, and if you guys have ever tried to use a joystick mouse, it's terrible, especially anything that needs even slightly precise movements. Or at least for me, I have a really hard time with the joystick mouse.
I could use it to
get
out of a jam if I'm playing something on the TV and I have to just close a window, but it's terrible. It's not a good experience using it.
Exactly.
So where are you landing? Because you are a big fan of the DualSense and think it's a pretty good controller too. Is there a fair way to say one's better than the other, or is it just that at the end of the day, the Steam controller, the quality of life things it has allowed are game changing and make a big difference at the minimum? For you, right, as somebody who's only doing their PC gaming through a Steam Deck right now, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if I can directly compare the two, because just for experiencing a console game, a game which is designed gamepad first, I don't think you'll ever beat the DualSense, unless if you made a DualSense with better battery life, which Matt has told me might be possible. So apparently you can upgrade the battery.
I'm working on it.
I don't it would be nice if the DualSense had 4 back buttons. That's a minor complaint, but I love everything else about it. Love the haptics. Love the speaker.
So
yeah.
Now to take us to a kinky place. Sorry to bring this up with your controller. Have you made it scream yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I saw that.
It broke last night, I think, there is a Easter egg built into the controller where if it's
the Steam controller?
Yeah, and if it's on and you drop it, in general, from 3 feet multiple times, and people are dropping it on pillows to try this, it uses the something to do with the gyro to make essentially the Wilhelm scream, the famous scream from Tom and Jerry and stuff. When it drops, it's
I mean, I've got it right here. I kind of want to try, but I also don't want to drop it.
Yeah, everybody when I saw it, they're do it on pillows, do it on a bed.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But, yeah.
It does have a speaker. I haven't no game that I've played yet has taken advantage of it, but I imagine they will.
Go home, light some candles, turn the lights down, and make your controller scream. Gavin.
If it has to be hot, high enough that people are getting worried about dropping it on pillows, that means it's intended to be when you drop it in a scenario where you're going to be pissed off.
That is true.
You're actively mad. It's whoa!
It would quelch the pain, especially because it does have a nice price tag on it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's everything. So, but cool. Well,
it's a game changer, though. I mean, I do wonder it kind of pushes me that much closer to going full, or at least harder, into the PC ecosystem. Because to me, the big barrier is I just want to do it in the living room. You know, I want to do it from a couch. I don't want to sit at a desk. And if you can make that happen, yeah, I'll pay more money to, you know, get better frame rates and graphics and all that. But even like docked Steam Deck with this is amazing. And obviously the deck can't really run like super, you know, demanding games, but even that experience has been really great. So I might just break down and build my own Steam machine. The thought of doing that, like in the current economical environment that we're in, is I don't know. It's not the best prospect. It sounds kind of painful. So maybe I'll just wait. But
yeah, that's the worst thing about everything right now. Is like there's a lot of stuff pushing it to be a better situation to like couch game through PC stuff.
Yeah.
And then now the barrier of entry is like getting really blown away, but not because of gamers and scalpers. From that perspective, it does suck.
Every single component of a computer except like the motherboard is like getting scalped.
That's becoming like an issue, right? Like all these companies with their motherboard production, they're like worried.
Are you kidding me? Why? You can't put that in a server rack or whatever, right? Like,
well, but like the companies are worried, right? Because they still have the amount of motherboards they're making, but people aren't needing the motherboards because everybody's buying up the RAM to put them in these gigantic AI centers and shit that they've built. And so like all the Asus like motherboards and shit, they're just like, well, no one has a reason to buy these, but we've still manufactured so many.
I see. Yeah,
gotcha.
Like people are getting priced out of the other components.
Yeah, so I guess motherboards are going to get super cheap. Yes, huzzah!
Right. Buy those now. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's been what we're playing and what we're hyped for. So next up is going to be our special segment. So our host of the special segment, aka our SSH host, is Ryan. Want to take it away?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So in the future, going forward, we'll really probably going to want to try to do different games, like trying different things out. But this week, I'm going to return to what I did I think it was the first episode, with the Rage Quit reviews, because I've been out of town for a little bit, and I did not have time to really prep anything. I did have enough time to prep some Rage Quit reviews, though. So the last time I was kind of freeform with it. I had more or less reviews for you guys to go off of each time. So this time I have 3 reviews for each game, so we can be more standardized with our grading system.
Do you have a hard, medium, you should get it?
That is the goal, as it gets easier as you go on. Some of them, the last clue may not still get you there, in which case we'll just go 0 points or whatever. That should be getting easier as you move along. So with that, we'll do the 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, again, based on how fast you get it. Not actual speed, but amount of clues it takes you to get there. So I mean, we could just jump right in. I will remind you guys, I didn't use any of the games from the first time, and that was Elden Ring, Expedition 33, Slay the Spire. I didn't use
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2. I didn't use 1 or 2 since I did one of them already.
Okay.
So it's none of those.
So
no Expedition 35.
Nope, we're out on 35. No 66, but was it? No,
60.
60. I went Order 66 is where I went with that. Yeah,
Expedition 60. So close.
The muscle guys.
What are you talking about?
They were the big muscle boys. That muscles was their answer. They were all just like buff, and then you essentially discover that. Well, I don't want to say because that game's still pretty new.
It's pretty fun though. Yeah,
it's
the lore
hilarious.
Of that is hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say the first game, it is rated overwhelmingly positive on Steam in general by the general population. And the first review is, it's boring. The story is boring. The combat is boring. Walking 100 miles between objectives is boring.
Walking 100 miles between objectives.
It's either Red Dead Redemption 2 or Crimson Desert.
Oh, man. Crimson Desert is a very good guess.
Neither of those.
Let's see.
All right.
I kind of want to say Outer Wilds, but you don't walk, so I won't say that. I mean, it could be a Bethesda game, but has any Bethesda game ever been overwhelmingly positive, like even Skyrim?
I don't know, actually.
I'll guess Skyrim.
It's not Skyrim. Okay, next clue. I really, really tried to get into this game that everyone likes, but I just couldn't get into it. I love the world and the quests, but the combat is so clunky and unintuitive as it couldn't decide if it wants to be a hack and slash or weird clone between Dark Souls and Gothic.
The last part of that throws me off because I was gonna.
You sounded like you had it. You were about to jump in.
I was gonna technically Gavin should get this guess, I guess.
I guess we'll do it snake back and forth.
Okay, sorry. Can you read the review again?
Yeah, I can. I really tried to get into this game that everyone likes, but I just couldn't get into it. I love the world and the quest, but the combat is so clunky and unintuitive as it couldn't decide if it wants to be a hack and slash or
I've got it. You can stop. It's Witcher 3.
It's Witcher 3. Very nice. 2 points to Gavin.
Woo! But if Matt also thought, I don't know, maybe we should write them down next time.
I was actually maybe it is Oblivion.
Oh, okay.
Instead,
I could see that.
It's kind of newer in the zeitgeist, and everyone does love it. Kind of, that's where I was leaning, and then the last part threw me off.
That's a good point. I was picturing like a buzz-in style to fix what you're describing of who gets to go first. But you could also
buzz-in. Okay, that would work too.
yeah, just jump in based on speed. Okay, so this one is also overwhelmingly positive. I personally really like this game a lot as well.
Okay.
The first one is a little different. I'm not going to actually read a review. I will say they apparently raised the price $5, and people are pissed about bad developer practices of raising the price on games. So a lot of the reviews were about that. So I'll just lump all those together. If anybody has any guesses.
It wasn't that the game was on sale and it went back up. It's just they were just like the new base price.
The new base
is now
price
$5 higher
more because of inflation.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. And you got nothing, Gavin?
No.
Okay.
I haven't heard of it, whatever it is.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So the review, the second review, technically second, is this game is a fantastic achievement, but is not for everybody, and I must say it is too deep and too complex.
Okay, should I go first since I went last, or I got first, or
yeah, you'd be first. Well,
I got
you'd be first
second
again
before.
now.
First.
Okay, so can you read it again?
Yep. This game is a fantastic achievement, but it is not for everyone, and I must say it is too deep and complex.
Let's say Divinity Original Sin 2?
No, it is not.
I got nothing. Baldur's Gate.
This one's kind of a reach. Yeah, I mean, you guys know of it because I've talked about it before, I believe. Neither of you would have played this game, so I guess that's another hint. A fantastic game if you are interested in automation, but this game is not for dumb people, and I am dumb people.
Damn it. I should know it just based off of you talking. It's not Factorio, though. I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember you talking positive. I thought... Is it Factorio? That's my guess, I guess.
It's Factorio.
Okay, nice, yeah.
So, yeah, that one was tough because I knew you guys wouldn't have played that, but I thought based on me talking about it, you may be able to put it together. So, interestingly enough, they've never put it on sale, ever. They're, like, staunchly against
How
sales.
much is it?
$30. Well, it's now $35. It was $30. But they've always been of the mind, like, we know what the game is worth. We're charging $30. It's a good game.
I mean, that's fair. I guess more power to you.
Yeah, it's a kind of a wild business tactic, but all right. So next game is also overwhelmingly positive in general. And the first review is, this game is Ubisoft slop if it was carefully made. Things aren't broken, and time was clearly spent, but there's nothing special here at all.
Okay, and this is one of those where if we get the series, it's the game or nothing, right?
I think we kind of were on the fence about that because I was shocked that
we're like, which of the two games are we saying?
It depends.
Because I had said The Last of Us Part 2 for controversial or something, and the last time we did this, and it was The Last of Us Part 1 was the game he had.
It depends, I would say.
All right, I'll say Ghost of Yote.
It is not Ghost of Yote. Good guess though. All right, what you got, Matt?
Do I take the other one?
It is also not Ghost of...
Oh, come on.
Tsushima.
Then it's easy.
Oh, is it? I was going to say Horizon Zero Dawn.
It is not Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay. That's what was going to be my second guess.
That is another good
not
guess.
so easy.
Yeah. All right. Next clue. Puzzles that are simultaneously brain dead and constantly spoiled by a talking head. The combat is extremely shallow, and you have to fight the same enemies ad nauseum.
Yeah, I guess we all know, yeah.
Yeah. So Matt gets it for 2 points, just based on the sequence.
I was like, I knew it was because I was like, it's one of the Sony properties. But God of War was actually the last one I would have expected that to be. So.
Yeah. So Gavin's got 2 points. Matt now has 3 from Factorio, Final Clue, plus God of War 2-pointer. So last game for all the marbles, of which there are no stakes.
0 marbles.
This one is rated very positive collectively on Steam. I don't know what the threshold for that is, but it's less than overwhelmingly. So take that into consideration. Okay, the review is... This was supposed to be it, the big one, the game to top all games, but it was not meant to be. The best way to describe this game is the width of the ocean, but the depth of a puddle. And
I got my guess.
I believe, Gavin's turn first, right?
Yeah.
Width of the ocean, depth of a puddle. I'm going to go with Crimson Desert.
Not Crimson Desert. Good guess.
Well, thanks for getting that out of the way, because that's what I was going to guess. Goodness. I don't know. Sea of Thieves?
Not Sea of Thieves. All right, the next review is... The game looks absolutely amazing. It is probably the most visually stunning environment I have seen in a game. The problem is, that's about all this game has going for it.
You sure it's not Crimson Desert?
And it'd be Matt's turn first.
I got nothing, dude. No Man's Sky
fair.
original? Like vanilla?
Not No Man's Sky, but a very good guess.
That was going to be my guess. Damn it. So it's all breadth, no depth, very good visuals.
This is also negative reviews on Steam for, a very positive game. So someone could just say that as well, but...
No breath. Breath of the Wild. It's not on Steam.
Yeah, these are all on Steam.
Not quite. I don't know. Cyberpunk?
It is Cyberpunk.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let's go.
Nice.
Man.
Oh, with the steal with that 2 points.
That person's dumb. Real dumb.
Yeah. It probably doesn't help. I think some of these reviews were probably early on in the cycle. The last review really leaned into the disastrous launch, and it being a slow burn was supposed to be the easier
a
clue.
good 1-pointer.
And I didn't want to put my thumb on the scale. When you said No Man's Sky, I wanted to be like, that's a really good guess, based because of very similar life cycles of games.
Yeah, the Retribution story.
Right, the whole Retribution coming around, but. All right, Gavin, you're the ultimate winner. That's all my rage quit reviews.
I expect a trophy.
You win. You get nothing though.
You get nothing. You get no points. May God have mercy on your soul.
All right, thanks, Ryan. I know Rage or Quit Reviews was such a big hit last time. People wouldn't stop blowing up the socials, so no doubt it's going to hit this week too.
Drowning in emails.
But seriously, send us an email. Tell us what you like. Give us suggestions. If you have suggestions for segments we should cover, games, we want to hear them. And finally, we've got our backlog game of the week. Matt?
Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to the backlog.
Is in fact Matt.
So for the backlog this week, not doing an individual game, but gonna go with an entire franchise because I don't know if any of us have any clue about most of the franchise anyways. It's gonna be the Metal Gear franchise / Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
So I have minimal experience. It's one of probably my biggest gaming blind spots from popular franchises. I've never touched any of the originals on the NES, when it was just Metal Gear in the 80s when those came out.
Metal Gear's on NES?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know if it was that old.
Played the first 2 levels of Metal Gear Solid 1 through a demo disc several times that I had on a PlayStation 1 as a kid. Nice. And have recently tried to restart it, and I keep falling off because other newer things come out. And then by the time I go back to it, I'm confused at the controls, and I'm like, I should just restart. And have done that 4 times in the last 2 years.
That was on which one? That was
the
on
first one.
Metal Gear Solid 1?
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
The controls are so bad, you just restart every time.
Bought Delta, still in the shrink wrap on the shelf out there.
Okay.
The reason I did, because in timeline order, Delta is the first game.
Yeah, chronologically.
But there's always that argument, same thing. Star Wars is the prime example. Do you watch Star Wars 1 through 9, or do you watch them 4 through 6 and then... 1 through 3, and then not the news,
and then don't even watch it.
Yeah, there's that argument too of like, does it take away or hinder? I actually played Ground Zero and like did beat the main story part of it, but it was more just me running around and enjoying like the visuals and the environments, and that was super cheap when it came out because it wasn't the full game.
Yeah, it was weird that it was a separate game anyway. It's like it was like the one base, right? It was a very small experience, right?
Yeah, and then I watched the opening cutscene of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Dude, that cutscene,
So
man.
you really committed some time.
It's like half an hour, right?
It's like 45 minutes or an hour.
Yeah,
right?
and like
crazy.
There's so much about the franchise that seems super cool to me, and even like the plot twists and the weird quirkiness is like right up my alley. But I've just never buckled down and committed, and it's usually because other stuff I'm hyped for has pulled me out of it. I didn't really experience Kojima stuff until Death Stranding. I actually bought it on a whim on a sale for like $40 not long after it came out, and I actually loved it. I've not touched the second one, but actually really vibed with it and liked a lot about that game.
Wait, what game was that?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, right, yeah.
So I'm just I'm at this weird impasse of like, do I hang up this franchise, or do I buckle down and get through a couple? Do I just start with Delta since it's the newest, most refined controls? It's still going to put me in chronological order, and because the franchise has existed longer than I've been alive, I don't know the nuances to say that I know them for certain, but I know the twists and turns of this is a clone of this guy, and that's a clone of this person.
You know all that. Like, you haven't played, but you already know all those twists.
But
why do you do this to yourself?
It's just existing in the space for years,
yeah.
brother. It's just like existing kind of in these spaces for years, from friends that are super deep into like those games, working the video game retail space.
Well, that's fair. You did work at a GameStop, right?
That makes 7 years of between like a retro game store and GameStop, right? So it's like people just come in. Like, I know so much about Pokemon through like 5 generations, and I was done with Pokemon after the Mewtwo movie, like in my personal life. So
that's crazy.
From that type of stuff, and people will walk in with a new game coming out and be like, "Man, I can't wait to see how." And it's just like straight up the cliffhanger of the previous game. They just say, and you're like, "Oh well, okay.
Cool."
Appreciate that. Oh, man. I really feel like you were the target audience for that series from what I know about it.
It's pretty weird. That
All
you
the
haven't played
weird
it.
characters, the strange gameplay.
Yeah, there's a boss in like the first game that's just like a super fat dude on roller skates that throws bombs or something
that.
That sounds like my shit. That sounds like something I would have tattooed on me and be like, look at this. Look at this.
This time next year, you
might if you get in there. Yeah, I'm at a similar place as you where I've always been interested. So I would love to know what the community thinks about playing Delta first, because I'm similar where I was like, I really want to play 5. I want to try this. And I played the first hour, and I looked it up online, like, what do I need to know before playing 5? Because there's a lot going on. And the subreddit was pretty much like, you're a fucking idiot. You need to play all 4 of the other games. You need to play 1 through 4 and Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes if you want to have any hope of enjoying this franchise. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try. And I played Metal Gear Solid 1, just like you were talking about, except I played it on an emulator. I played that earlier this year, and it's pretty short. It's not a crazy long game, and I really, really enjoyed it. I haven't played a retro game in a long time. Like, that's not normally my space I operate in, but I did think it was pretty fun. I thought it was a really cool experience, and
I guess... Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
And that's the other thing, right? I really have no problem going back and doing the retro thing and stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't. So, like, it seems
I think
like...
the restarting more comes from, like, the controls are kind of obtuse by today's standards.
They're weird, yeah.
So, like, when you walk away from them for a bit, you don't get the tutorials anymore, and I don't even know if... I could just look it up online if I really wanted to, but I'm just like, I didn't get that far, I'll restart. That's been more the mindset, and I know the story kind of has stuff you need to pay attention to to know what to do next, because you don't really have much of a notebook to track your progress from those perspectives.
That is fair.
What about you, Gavin?
I haven't touched them, man.
I interest in these worlds, or there's always interest in a game, right?
There's always, because it's part of the popular culture, right? Like, if you're a gamer, you're going to hear about the Metal Gear series, and some people are going to be like, it's the best game of all time, like it's the best series of all time. But
some people look at the Bible, some people look at the Metal Gear
exactly,
series.
Yeah. And for you, it's Remedy, Control, Alan Wake, right?
That is my very obtuse franchise that, like, I've bought into more Because Resident Evil, like, it has you can at least follow its plot points more reasonably.
Yeah. But I played either. I don't know if it was a demo or it was on PS Plus. I know somehow I played some of Phantom Pain for free. But I got to that 45-minute cutscene and was like, brother, I don't think this is for me. I don't have the patience for that. It's like I was telling Matt, like, you have a cutscene more than 2 minutes and it's like after 10 o'clock, like, I'm probably going to fall asleep. It's not my choice, man. I don't know.
It's aging, my guy.
It's funny because, like, I think Phantom Pain, after that sequence, is like strictly gameplay. Right?
Is it really?
Pretty well.
It's supposed to be like a straight up, like, it's like, don't even try because there's not that much story. You're just like, enjoy the,
Sandbox.
espionage, sandbox. Yeah.
Damn it. I guess I just played myself on that one then.
Yeah, well.
I just remember being like,
and if you
even though
restart
this
it,
is free, I'm not even going to play it. That's how pissed I was about
even if you replayed it, I don't know. I mean, maybe they updated it and made it skippable at the very least. I don't know.
It is skippable, I
There's
think.
like that weird
Was it
time
not
of-
skippable?
I may not have. There's just like, it does exist in that weird time frame of like, no, you're not skipping my cutscenes.
We paid good money to make this half movie.
Like the ladder, the notorious ladder in Delta / Snake Eater 3. That's like
3-minute long.
It's like 3 or 5 minutes.
Is it 5? Wow.
He wanted it's close.
Wait, like
to
climbing
3.
the ladder takes 3 minutes?
It takes 3 minutes because Kojima wanted the entire song he had picked for that segment to play in its entirety. And like that's a big reasoning for that. That's like one of his big things about like Death Stranding is like the music and like the camera pans out over the landscape and Low Roar, specifically that band, their music comes in.
Is it Low Roar?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. So it's
Yeah.
the same as the Death Stranding, like
No. That's what I meant. Death Stranding. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were saying in Metal Gear Solid Delta
no.
or 3. Yeah, I was like, wow, I didn't know they'd been around that long.
No.
That's crazy.
And it is very like and playing Death Stranding, I was like, man, this feels really cool.
Yeah.
And then like 40 hours later, I'm like, man, I'm still walking. But I'm so by that point, I was like, but I gotta figure out what weird things going on with the baby and the beach and the hands of the goo and right, and like maybe that's what it is with the Metal Gear games. Maybe I just gotta like get it to where I'm so intrigued by whatever fuckery is there. I just don't know. But also, I got a lot of games to play. A lot of them are JRPGs, which are very long.
Yeah, you do get through some games though, so I have faith in you, honestly, that you'll catch up.
That's the other thing. Like I am compared to like most of my like friends and accomplices in life, like a game completer for the most part. Like if I buckle down, I do get through games pretty hardcore.
Yeah, you do a good
Usually
job.
everybody's like, "How the hell have you already beat that?"
I'm sorry, man. I'm still hung up on this 3-minute ladder. I hate to like
You're a music guy.
I hate to out myself like this, but it's like I really get kind of obsessive about long ladders in games. Like I like to think about Over the Souls series, like what are the longest ladders and like what are my favorites. Like let us know if you want us to do a ladder tier list on the pod because I am so ready.
What just happened? It did make me think of the video that I wish was real. Is the guy in the triangle pointed helmet, the gold helmet you can get in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And there's the video of them going down the ladder, but somebody put audio on, and every time the helmet hits a rung, it goes ding, 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 and they go down one of the really long ladders in that game.
Oh, my God.
And it's so funny, and I wish they would have updated just with that sound for the helmet.
The one into Yosefka's clinic is comically long. It technically has 2 parts. I think if you count them as one, it's it might be the longest in the series. But.
And it's weird because doesn't it just like you climb up and it's like a pedestal, like a little like area, you just get on another ladder. There's nothing else out of that cave, right?
Yep. So that cave in the swamp.
Yeah. Well, it's like the forest, right?
You're in the
Or
Forbidden
edge of
Woods,
the Forbidden
and then
Woods,
there's the
into
little
like an
poison
underground swamp,
up into a huge ladder. And people are dog on DS2 for its world design.
Which game is this?
In Bloodborne, do you remember the Forbidden Woods? Like right after you beat Amelia.
Yeah.
Okay, you go give the password, and like there's like the snake guys and whatever. There's a part though, like where you can like veer off. It's kind of hidden, but it like goes down into like a caverny area, and there's a poison swamp, and there's like these little snaky guys jumping out of the water, and they'll like if they.
It's around like the villagey part of the Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, right after the trap, like swings down. There's one of those. And you go left.
Looney Tunes ass booby
trap.
There's like a bunch of dogs barking at you.
Yeah. Some of
anyways,
the sack men hang out in the corners of that little area if you've got them there, the snatcher dudes.
Oh, yeah. you take the ladder up, you will end up in the clinic that you started the game in.
Oh, okay.
And that's where you find the Canehurst summons. And,
Yep. Okay, I do remember I remember coming out into that beginning room, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Anyways,
so this is not a bit. You're a ladder head.
I love it because I like to imagine how these things actually like stand up. It doesn't make any like physical sense. It's just hilarious.
Okay.
They're just like, you know what? I want to connect these two areas. Fuck it. Let's just put a ladder.
ladder.
I love Gilligan from Dark Souls 2 and the ladders that he sells you. I love like figuring out the exact like armor weight and stuff you need to be at in HP to survive the jump into the Majula well.
Dude,
That's fair.
I do love the like how the size of the ladder is based on like how much you pay him stuff. Yeah.
You give him like nothing. It's a tiny little ladder that just
you just
you
like,
off
go
into
down
the
and fall
void.
down.
It's just like,
It's so
damn it.
funny.
All right, it seems like ladder tier list is in our future, but I've thoroughly derailed us, Matt. You were talking about Metal Gear Solid.
No, I mean that's pretty well it. I know a lot about it, probably more than the average, I guess, but not experienced it. And that bothers me.
I think
but
you
do
need
I
to
find
play.
the time?
You need to play one at least. I mean, you can finish
Definitely.
games so fast. You can finish Metal Gear Solid 1 in like a couple days. You know, it's like 10 hours or something.
That's true. I could neglect my child for a few days.
That would be good.
Yeah.
He could
Wonderful.
Do it for
tough
the
it out for
pod.
a few days.
He's a
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah.
Sorry, the podcast comes first now.
Daddy's got to make his money. So I don't know. I vote you should play one of them for sure. I don't know if that's Delta or Metal Gear Solid 1. The selfish part of me wants you to play Metal Gear Solid 1 so we can talk about it, but I booted up Metal Gear Solid 2 while I was on the plane on my little handheld, and I was like, I keep like wanting to get into it, but then I boot it up and it's like, I don't know, it's like a lot, and it's been a little bit since I've played the first one. I need to watch a recap video.
You know what I want to play? I want to play Metal Gear Solid Rising. The one where you're the character from 2, but he becomes a cyborg ninja. Spoilers at some point, and it's like a third-person hack and slash by the Platinum Games people. And you can, it has like that cut mechanic where you go slow motion and you can just like cut things into infinite pieces. And U.S. Senator is the final boss. It's like a high-packed action, just like third-person game. It looks bonkers as shit.
That's crazy. I don't think I knew any of that.
Oh, well. Well, yeah. Just a random spin-off game that happened.
That's really fun.
Locked to the 360 and PS3, I think.
Mm.
So, one PC. But, anyways.
Well, I think it's safe to say both of us are firmly we're thoroughly in the camp of Matt needs to play this game.
Nice.
At least one of them.
Stick it through.
One or Delta.
I'm going to become insufferable, though, if it hits for me. Like,
you're not going to. You know what?
Never. And I don't need another thing to be insufferable
Yeah,
about, do I?
maybe
Franchise-wise?
not.
I can't believe you've played these because like it's exactly like Resident Evil with all the spin-offs and everything. And it's like you're going to know everything about
young
every one
and broke
of
kid. I had to pick a playground. I couldn't have it all.
You can't have it all.
I chose viruses and mutated monsters.
There's only two kinds of people in this world: Metal Gear Solid fans and Resident Evil fans.
I looked up to Leon, didn't you, Snake, who would debatably probably have been cooler in the early aughts, right?
Right on.
Well, you'll have to let us know.
Yeah, let us know how. Well, I won't say you have to let us know because you fucking will. Great. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for our episode this week. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Matt and Ryan, for being here. Don't forget to follow us on social media platforms. Listeners out there, send us your questions, comments, hot takes, suggestions for pieces, whatever. You can email us at my.buddies.backlog@gmail.com, or you can find a link to all our socials in the episode description. Thanks. Take care.
Take it easy.
I love you.